last chapter, Jujutsu Kaisen, we had the death of Gojo, which was obviously a massive thing. We had Sukuna, I guess, getting the most powerful ability in the series, the ability to dimension slash. And also we got, what's his name? What's the name? The lightning guy, taking over the fight after Gojo's death. He has a one-time use curse technique. So this is the decisive battle in the uninhabited demon-infested Shinjuku, part 14. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 237. Let's see what happens. So, Kashimo, that's his name. Kashimo is joining the fight. And he's being referred to as the God of Lightning. So we're going to see if he lives up to his name. So yeah, Kashimo is jumping in. Sukuna is standing there. And so Kashimo is looking, and he looks up into the sky, and there's a landmass up there. And he's thinking to himself, so you came after all? And we see, despite vaulting 203 meters off the ground, a heaping mass of ice towered above Kashimo. Atop the ice was none other than... ... Who's going to be on it? The frozen star, Uraume. Uraume is the one that was like... Am I correct in saying that's the one that's Kenjaku's servant? Uraume JJK. Oh no, sorry, they're Sukuna's servant. The ice user Uraume. And so they're pulling up with like a landmass of ice in the sky. And we see someone dropping down onto the landmass. And they think to themselves, oh, an attack from above. And we have Hikari himself pulling up saying, sorry pal, but I made a promise, you're not going anywhere. And Uraume thinks says I haven't the slightest interest in you, and goes to use ice formation, which is, I guess, their curse technique. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, to be honest. Their curse technique, ice formation. And we see Hikari start to use his domain expansion, and he says, oh, I can't blame you. So yeah, so Hikari traps Uraume in his domain. It even says, despite Hikari trapping Uraume within his domain, the landmass of ice that Uraume was flying on is kind of like on its own at this point, you know. So it's starting to crash towards the earth, where why can't I remember the name? Kashimo it's starting to crash towards Kashimo, and Sukuna just lifts a hand and it starts to fall apart. Wait, what? Did Sukuna destroy it, or did he get something out of it? It's kind of just he's like this, and it's just his silhouette, and all the like ice and water are crashing down. So I don't know what it is, but Kashimo is holding a staff. Don't know what the staff is, and thinking to himself, all those theatrics just to deliver that. Oh shit! So Sukuna has like it's like the Vril device from Call of Duty Zombies. It's like a little handle with two orbs on either side, like two like hollow spheres on either side, and it says, melting from the ice was an object created through a binding vow by Yorozu before her final breath. The cursed tool Kamitoke. As luck would have it, it's a lightning rod, isn't it? As luck would have it, its effect. And And Sukuna just says, "This takes me back." And he's holding it, and it like it it seems to just like absorb. Yeah, it's a lightning rod essentially, isn't it? It just seems to like absorb Kashimo's cursed energy, which is obviously Kashimo and Hikari are the only two sorcerers in the series that we know have like unique cursed energies. Like Hikari's is like it's like rough, it's like sandpaper, whereas Kashimo's is like it's like lightning. You know, it's like electricity being channeled. So a lightning rod would be a very effective thing, I guess, to use on it if it takes on the properties of lightning in more ways than just feeling like getting zapped. But Sukuna's holding it anyway, and he's like that, and there's like sparks coming off of it. And he looks a bit surprised, and okay, so it didn't work. Kashimo's just standing there. Oh my god. Okay, so the cursed tool Kamatoke is like a... Wait, is that Ashura's tool, actually, from Hindu mythology? Kamatoke. Okay, no, that's all just Jujutsu Kaisen spoilers. So there was this theory that Kashimo was going to have this special curse tool, which was going to be like a... Is it Ashura or Indra in Hindi mythology? Because he's based off of... I think it's Indra, actually. He's based off of them, and they have a tool, which is like a divine lightning bolt. But it seems like... Could this be it? Could what Sukuna is currently using be it? Because he strikes Kashimo with lightning, and what the narration says is Kashimo just says Sukuna, and what the narration says is happened to be the cursed tool happened to be nullified by a particular characteristic innate to Kashimo's cursed energy, namely his resistance to electricity, which is very cool. And Kashimo just says, "Did you earn the title of the strongest, or were you simply born as such?" To Sukuna, that's like, he's kind of like, did you work for this place, or were you just like born into a lucky position where you were, you know, able to be the strongest without much work? And Sukuna says, "Who knows? I was born a cursed, unwanted little wretch. That much I can say." And Kashimo says, "How can you connect with others? How can you love those beneath you while knowing nothing of weakness? That's something I never understood. I was always surrounded by those as feeble as the dirt beneath my feet." And Sukuna responds, "So enlighten me. Is strength solitude, or is the endless search for greater power simply a cross the strong must bear alone?" Oh no, sorry. That's Kashimo saying that, and Sukuna just responds, "My, how greedy." And he's rearing up again. He's still missing an eye, but he's like nearly entirely healed at this point. It's just an eye missing. Like his hands are back, by the looks of it, and his legs are fine too. So he's nearly completely healed. And Sukuna then says, "You both ask for so much," and Kashimo's kind of like, "What?" And Sukuna says, "Sure, I'll teach you. Give me your best shot, Revenant." And Kashimo looks really happy, and he charges with his bow staff at Sukuna, and they start just kind of knocking off each other. Sukuna's using that curse tool to block, because it's got a blade on the end of it, to block Kashimo's swings. And Kashimo uses his curse technique. So it's curse technique release Mythic Beast Amber. What? So we're gonna have to see going forward, but we're gonna have to see going forward through the rest of the chapter. I mean, like, I think I'm like halfway through, but he just throws his staff aside, and he's using Mythic Beast Amber. So I was under the impression that its curse technique was going to be like lightning based, like a super lightning attack or something, but by the looks of it, he can like take on the characteristics of animals, kind of like mythic beast magic in Black Clover, actually. That elf who has mythical beast magic. So that looks like his actual curse. Maybe the reason he can only use his curse technique once is because it like he can't like return to his right mind. Like once he uses it, he become like his brain turns into that of an animal. Maybe that's why he can only use it once. But he's charging. Sukuna is shocked, and he just decks Sukuna like just straight cross right hand, and Sukuna is bouncing back, and he's like, not Sukuna. Kashima's like, and something is happening to his face. What the fuck is up with his face? So his mouth like pulled back, so it's just like a big circle, kind of like the pooter from Mario, and he's just like transforming. Oh my god, what's going on? And he's just, yeah, he's pushing in Sukuna right now, and Sukuna's just like too loud. Okay, we're getting an explanation of the technique. So Mythic Beast Amber transforms Kashima's body, rendering any phenomena that can be created by electricity a weapon in his arsenal. Wait, what? So it is electricity related. So any phenomena that can be created by electricity. That's brain activity. Am I not right? Neurons firing is electricity. Yeah, am I not right in saying that neurons firing in your brain is a form of electricity? So can Kakumo control that? That's wild. He can control any phenomena that can be created by electricity. Also, that's magnetism as well, because electromagnetism is their electricity and magnets are linked. So what are the implications? How strong is this technique? He can only use it once, but like, what? So then we see Sukuna's there, and Kashimo's just got his hand right out in front, and it's literally just like Sukuna dodges it, but it's just like a force blast. Like under where Sukuna was, the ground just ruptures. And Kashimo is kind of going crazy. Also, wouldn't that make Kashimo even more powerful in the modern day? Like significantly more powerful than he would have been 400 years ago? Because obviously nowadays we have like widespread electrical like outlets and uses, and you know everything is electricity based. So would he be like super amped compared to how he was 400 years ago? And he's just he's decking Sukuna. Sukuna's literally just on the back foot, and Kashimo is just kind of boxing him, going to town. Okay, we get the explanation. Increasing agility by activating his brain's electrical signals. Yeah, so it affects his brain. His neurons firing gets faster. Will he be able to like control? Will he be able to control other people's brain activity? Like, is that something that can happen? Optimizing and tuning sound waves to match the natural frequencies of materials. So that was that force blast that ruptured the ground. He can just kind of, I don't know. There's like that video of the bridge. Hi, crazy boy. Not a wizard gamer, but so he's like there's like an ability, not an ability, it's a real world, it's a phenomena in physics where if the natural frequency of a material is like matched by an external force, then it can be destroyed. It's like very famously happened to bridges sometimes, where the wind that is blowing past them in a storm can like match the frequency of the like material used to build the bridge, and the bridge can just collapse. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's matching the frequency of sound waves to like the ground, which is causing it to rupture, which is very cool. That's a very inventive curse technique. He can vaporize irradiated objects using electromagnetic waves. Yeah, he has magnetism too. Kashimo's body has now surpassed the limits of mankind, meaning once his curse technique concludes, his body will crumble. So he has as long as this curse technique can last to beat Sukuna, or else it's Jover. It's done. We're done here. You know. Why did you change your name to Math Wizard Gamer anyway, crazy boy? So we have, yeah, he's sending lightning bolts. Sukuna has like no response currently. He's just blowing everything up. Okay, so it seems like Sukuna can't use reverse curse technique right now, because it says, apart from reverse curse technique, Sukuna has a method of restoring his body, one he can only use a single time, a method he had been intentionally suspending this whole time, resuming his transformation. Whoa, no. Bro. So Kashimo like sends a lightning bolt which explodes Sukuna, and like we see the explosion, and then we're looking at Kashimo, and Kashimo's like wide-eyed, and then resuming his transformation. Sukuna is like the way he was 1,000 years ago, with like the two eyes on this side, and like the forming of his face, and it's the forearms, and everything, and it just says through means of incarnation. Like he can resume his transformation through means of incarnation. So Megami is gone now. This is like Sukuna's fully in his demon form. He has 4 arms. His ears are pierced. I guess that's just like a manifestation. He's got 2 eyes on this side and 1 eye on this side, in the deformed way that he had 1,000 years ago. God damn. But he's still missing a finger. It's only 19 fingers, Sukuna. So like, what's the crack? This is so interesting. Huh. So where's it gonna go? So I guess when he transforms fully into his, I guess Sukuna's going to be boosted now in his abilities, because he's back to how he was 1,000 years ago. But obviously he got stronger over time while, fingers. So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens, how it plays out. Like, I still hold the belief that Sukuna, Gojo, and Kashimo are going to be off the board after this fight. I do think that it's going to be Kenjaku versus the students, essentially, at the end. I thought that Sukuna and Gojo were going to mutually kill. I thought they were both going to be dead at the end of the fight, but obviously that didn't happen. Kashimo, I guess Kashimo is gonna pull it out, is what I would think. He's gonna do something. Like, that's very powerful, his ability. The ability to control any electrical phenomena. Like, he could just, like, explode Sukuna's brain, And we know reverse curse technique comes from the brain, so that would mean that Sukuna he wouldn't be able to come back from it. Interesting. And then Kashimo would die because he's used his curse technique, so he's gonna die at the end of it. It's just gonna be a matter of how long he can hold it, which is gonna be interesting to see. Very good chapter. God damn. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes going forward. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoy, consider dropping a like, consider commenting, consider subscribing. I stream at 9 o'clock most days, 9 p.m. GMT, so 9 p.m. Irish time, whatever that is in your time. And Yeah, cool. Why not come by and check out? On Thursdays we react to manga. Uh, Currently One Piece, Chainsaw Man, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. Peace.